Monique, I love you so much, baby. Why don't you come down to Mar-a-Lago and spend some time getting to know me and the wifey? I like your style. I got some maize and some Egyptian incense, and I got you sorted. And Dennis, I'm so glad you are voting for me.
God, Trump looked like Mike Boschetti there, didn't he?
That was me mixed with
Oh,
Come on.
Trump Shetty. Bo Trumpy.
Oh, holy shit. That was funny. I hate you, Bon, because he can sneak in and make the intro whatever he wants it to. Oh, God, I hate you so much. I hate Bon. Bon, if I could fly there and kill you, I would, just so you know.
Autobots.
Well, there's
Son of a
plenty of
bitch.
snakes and spiders that can do it too. It is Australia.
Show the picture again, Monique. Look at how much it looks like Mike Boschetti.
Oh, I can't. I
Already
don't think that wasn't even me.
She'd have
That
to go
was
through
like,
the whole
delete
thing.
it.
It would be a whole rigmarole.
yeah, we're not going to do that. That was
No, we're not
horrifying.
doing that.
That was horrifying. That was
Yeah,
like
I actually no,
that's
that's
the worst
nightmare. That's nightmare
Photoshop
fuel.
that somebody has ever done, and I chuckled at it, but deep down inside, I was like, "Oh, that's really horrible." Because I
Hell,
really,
this is for you. This is for you in your start time. On and on we laughed like kids. All the silly things we did. You made me broken promises, broken promises. So Pello's worried about 8:45 verse 8:30.
Dennis, for
Start
the
time.
love of God, can you please tell them I look nothing like that in person?
She looks nothing like that. She is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, you're so cute and you.
No. As I crack over my Guinness and celebrate.
How much is Guinness, Dennis? They don't sell it in the 6-packs, right?
They do.
These mix
and-
got to be 4-packs and 8-packs.
This is a 6-pack.
I thought they sold it like weird
in
decimal.
Publix, the elitist place in Florida, it's $11 a 6-pack.
For a 6-pack?
A 6-pack.
I guess it's good for if you go out to a bar. It's $6 a bottle, so it's good on that.
Yeah, we
level.
look at it that way, I guess.
Really, I guess.
We.
Exactly. All right. So tonight's show is going to be a little bit different because it was a horrible show. Let's just get it out there.
Hey, wait, but there was a couple highlights.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the highlights was that our 112% straight He-Man, staunch heterosexual, seemed to have been watching transsexual porn. I mean,
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
I mean, that was a highlight.
You think that's new, Dennis?
No, I know, but he
I don't
admitted
think
it on the air.
We'll talk about it. We'll come back. We'll come back.
And Anderson Cooper cried twice.
Twice. So yeah, I tapped out. I tapped out probably about 10 minutes before Anderson Cooper came on. It was a tough listen today. Not gonna lie, it was difficult.
You think?
Yeah. I mean,
Wait, isn't Schwarzenegger on tomorrow?
Oh my God, Gammaman, seriously, that you just said that is kind of shocking. And
What drugs do you want? And can I
yeah, I
have
might
some?
even have to ban you. Honestly, I think.
Come on, he may be on good drugs. Maybe he'll share because I couldn't find any of that funny.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was not a good show, and we are here to tell you all about it. So we're gonna get right into it. Yes, the elephant not in the room is that Xavier's not here. He had something to do. So I'm sure some of you are happy, some of you are ambivalent, some of you are don't care one way. Yeah, exactly. So
ambivalent.
Apathetic. That's exactly right. So whatever. And you know what? I like him. That's all that matters. So I don't care. Okay. So all right, let's get started. I think the show started with absolutely nothing, which I think was Bobo's phone call. And then after that it went right into this kind of weirdness. Let me just set it up. All right, so what we're gonna do tonight is like I literally have 11 clips. They mean nothing. They are all
How did you get 11?
Inane. I mean, honestly, some of these I might even skip. Most of them are only like 15 seconds, 19 seconds, 20 seconds. They all suck. And the show sucked. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to do a little review of Howard's first day at Sirius. And we have some
what a weird audible.
to kind of back into it. What?
Jimmy Garoppolo has less stranger audibles than that, Monique.
So,
I'm not complaining. It's just an interesting how
well,
your mind
you know what?
works.
Tim had sent it to me yesterday or day before yesterday, and he's like, "I love this. This shows you, this is really what it was like."
He's all over that too.
And then he posted it on X, Twitter, whatever. And I was like, you know what? Let's go through this because it's just amazing to me how the hair, the walking in, the big macha on campus, and just everything like that. And so, yes, Xavier is in fact cleaning Dennis's garage tonight. Yes, that is exactly what is happening.
He's reorganizing my tools.
So Tim has always worn those blue glasses. That's his like signature look. I told him when he was doing the interview advice, I was like, "Oh my God, lose the blue glasses for this." He's like, "No, that's my signature look."
Yeah, that's hip silver fox. Don't want to accept your age. Like,
Sabian?
Yeah, they love that now. The blue tints and the red. They all do that.
Exactly.
Now.
So wait. So he thinks he has a signature look?
No, it is his signature look. Actually, those blue glasses are in fact his signature.
I guess.
Yeah, they are.
Blue?
Yes, it's fine. It's cute for him. It's cute for Tim. All right, so let's start out with something horrible that leads to something even worse. Here we go.
Football last week. It was the Carolina Panthers game, and they showed a shot of the cheerleaders from behind, and the one on the end, something looked a little off to me. So I Googled it, and sure enough, the Carolina Panthers have a trans cheerleader. And I thought that was pretty awesome, considering, what a corporate entity the NFL is and all this Bud Light woke bullshit nonsense going around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My radar started bleeping and buzzing.
Her name is, I'm being handed a piece of paper here. Her name is Justine Lindsay. Let me see a picture of Justine. I'd like to see her. I'm always curious. Yeah, share the picture, if you will. Robin and I, we're big yentas. Which one is she?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, I see. The black cheerleader?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So you had to actually figure that one out? Like you had to Google her name and figure that out. Figure it out.
He's clearly trying to look like Lupita Nyong'o from the Dora Milaje in Black Panther, right? I mean, he's clearly going for that. You cannot tell me he's not trying to look like the Dora Milaje guard from Black Panther.
I have no words.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no doubt. Wakanda forever. That's probably a cheer.
Dear Christ.
And what's the name of the team, Monique?
It's a man,
Panthers.
maybe.
The Black Panthers.
It's the Manthers.
The Manthers.
You really like me. You really, really like me. I'm sure she's a phenomenal dancer, and
Dangly bits.
Maybe she can lift the girls and they can do triple suckhouse off of her shoulders, and it's amazing.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda.
Yeah, you never heard that joke when Black Panther 2 came out?
That's amazing.
Thank you, Tamara Francois. You caught that? I did pronounce that right.
Make a better
love me
Black
some
Panther
Tamara
than the last one.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess this is like doubling down on Howard's wokeness. I'm not really sure, but this was,
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
This was the thing. So yeah. So he started there, and the only reason I started here as well is because I needed to do the segue into the most bizarre conversation I think I've ever heard from him. Yes, Dennis, what's going on? What are you chuckling?
The Pell, the 4 pom-poms. Shake. Yeah, the visual is terrible.
That is terrifying.
Shaka Khan's right too. I have this conversation every week. I watch 14 hours of NFL. I don't even know cheerleaders exist. I don't think about them. I don't think the crowd thinks. And there's nothing against them. I think it's an antiquated concept. I really don't think anyone cares about them.
Literally, the only cheerleaders any of us ever knew was the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and I don't even remember why.
And I don't think they care about them anymore.
They were hot.
But they were all kind of hot. I mean,
they're all hot. Every team is cheerleaders.
The Dallas one was they always had the creme de la creme.
They got elevated for some reason, Dennis. But if you did like a side by side of the whole NFL, you wouldn't necessarily.
The Giants.
They brainwashed you into thinking the Cowboys.
The Giants never had any, so I don't know.
They all have cheerleaders. They just don't show them like the Cowboys.
The Giants never had cheerleaders. Never.
Giants don't have cheerleaders?
Giants don't have cheerleaders. No.
I've seen giant cheerleaders. I just don't think about it.
No, there were no giant cheerleaders.
Sure there were.
No, there aren't.
They
I was a
don't
Giants fan all
emphasize
my
them.
life.
The
They
New
were
York
cheerleading
Giants
3 years
are
ago.
the only NFL team that never had cheerleaders.
The Giants don't. They never had cheerleaders.
No, Mara
No.
never liked them. So there you go.
No. Cheerleaders in the NFL make an average of $150 per game.
Woo!
You see, Monique, here's my evidence. There's cheerleaders right behind me in my avatar, and I'm not even looking at them. That's me.
You know what?
in
You're
high
good
school.
that way. You're just such a
Yes.
proud man. You're just you have no
He's
thought.
focused.
I'm making
laser.
them.
It's
I'm not
Laser
giving.
focused.
I'm not giving the attention they crave.
Laser.
Laser focused.
I'm focused on my rebound average.
Cleaning out the paint.
Okay, so gosh.
Good call, Dennis.
Okay,
You're
we'll come back to this other clip that I have here momentarily. I have two very disturbing clips that we need to get to, but I'll wait until we get through the clips because they're just so horrible. So let's go to Howard and trans and all of that. Listen, you know what? You don't have to be for or against transgender people. The odds are, I got to be honest, with the 154 people listening live right now, 153 of you don't know any transgender people.
Are you allowed to be indifferent?
Get over it. Exactly.
I'm
Most of
indifferent.
them,
Apathetic.
most of them you wouldn't know if you passed them in the street. I, as a New Yorker, of course, always notice them because, it's New York. But anywhere else, the odds are
I don't know.
Stick out like a sore thumb. They're gonna.
In Tampa, they kind of stick out like a sore thumb.
Exactly. Okay. How
just
many
a
are you
little bit.
personally friends with? How many do you know, Dennis?
None. I know
Okay.
none.
John?
None.
Do I know any current cheerleaders?
Transgender.
Transgender cheerleaders.
Transsexuals? No.
I know 2.
Personally.
Personally, none.
Okay.
I
thank you.
know 2, not
Most
personally.
people don't know any personally. So
Howard knows a
who
lot, doesn't he?
gives a shit what they do with their lives? It
But
affects us
Howard-
none.
But Howard
None.
seems to know a lot of them for some reason. It's very
Well,
weird.
because he's stupid.
From-
He has plenty of friends who do everything, and he doesn't really know anyone. He doesn't. He has no
From
friends.
a
Well, he doesn't have
webcam
any
in
friends.
a webcam in a panic room, Dennis is where he knows his
Ah, that's where.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, anybody who knows them for who they are, and you like them regardless, just like all the rest of your friends, So it's no big deal. Who gives a shit about Bud Light? Who cares? It's
Oh
so
my
crazy to me that anybody would die on that hill, unless you're Howard. Because let's segue into the fact that Howard, for some bizarro reason, because Beth was apparently on her period at 51.
So if you get 51, and Flo has left the building.
And
Flo is
Flo,
not
yes.
visiting
And
no
Flo
more.
from Red Bank is no longer in the house.
No longer coming.
So yeah, he goes into this conversation and it's really, really weird. And let's go into it a little bit.
You know what I did the other day?
No, what'd you do?
Hey, I saw trans porn.
Did you now?
It was
What?
pretty intense, though.
What?
Yeah. I went on. Listen to this. Yeah, I think it was. I was beaten off. I was going to beat off.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
on a
was
period,
beating
and I
off.
was like, you know what?
Mm.
I got to keep my prostate healthy. I better go beat off. So I locked myself in the bathroom, and I went on. And now, when I go on YouPorn, I hit recommend.
Why am I ridiculous, Nancy? And you know what? Don't even answer that question. I might even block you.
So,
Recommended
Because-
videos. Why
Chicka's more
not? These guys
periods
are experts.
Okay, what? What were you gonna say, Dan?
No, he can
So-
keep playing. Don't worry about me.
so wait, no. The thing is, so the recommended stuff is usually stuff that you like.
Yes, because
it's-
you followed it, and therefore that's
right,
what
it's
comes
it's
up.
like because they're smart because they want you to keep on watching their
What you
thing.
watch?
Hey, Monique, I
Yeah,
need a
like
date
any
for the
service.
MSNBC Christmas party. You want to go with me? Nance, take that, Nance. 66.
So,
Seriously.
you know,
Katie Turn invited me.
I'm sorry, I gotta read this. Benjamin says, look, Monique is blacker than Wesley Snipes. Dennis is a terrorist. Xavier sells oranges along the road, and Arm is literally Johnny Depp. It's so silly. It's just so silly.
so, but
Yeah,
you know,
of
I
course
mean,
that's of course that's the case. Why would he even bring it up? Everybody knows
I
that
mean, this is
everybody has
really-
watched porn.
but, I
Everybody
mean,
knows that's the way it works.
I don't. I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, he can now try to hide that it's shtick, but this is the real Howard. 100%. This is the
He-
real Howard.
Yeah, well, he
Monique,
gets into it.
I'm
What?
going to send you the. I don't know, can we find it? The gossip, the crazy days and nights gossip about him watching porn, gay porn.
What?
How
Say
that's
it again.
it's Howard watching. I think it's either trans porn or gay porn. The Crazy Days and Nights gossip that got leaked. That was a big story for a while. I could send it to you in the private chat if you want. We can read it. It's in line with this.
All right, let me continue the clip and then we'll come back.
Let's see what they
got
recommend.
AI, and the AI knows
Yeah,
you.
that's right. That's right. Well, anyway, I don't know why it recommended. There must have been like 15 trans porn, and I was like,
Huh.
Yeah, let
I
me go ahead
wonder
and watch
if
this.
I could watch this, get aroused, or let me take a look.
Why?
So what it was is the trans.
You really want to see titty with cock and balls? Like, is this something?
No,
I mean,
chicks with
apparently it's
dicks
the
is
number
not.
7
no.
most searched thing on YouPorn.
Person, she's at the yoga studio,
Okay.
right? And she's wearing like yoga pants and tight yoga pants.
Meanwhile, there's a
and
story
she's got
behind it.
titties, big titties.
There's always a story
seem to
behind
watch
it,
it.
and
Yes.
everybody knows fully well that most clips are only about 3 minutes long because how much time do you
No.
need?
But thin, but
Hang on.
she didn't look too bad. She looked pretty good. And she's being exercised
Titties.
by the yoga instructor, who's a very masculine guy, big dude, muscles and
He's very muscular.
Muscular.
Have they
anyway.
ever seen yoga teachers?
Well, this is porn. So the yoga
Yeah.
teacher says, you're very tight. You need to stretch. So he bends the trans yoga student over. And he's like putting his hands on her ass and on the thighs, on the legs, and stretching
Yeah,
her.
you know he's lying. Too many details.
Too many details. Once it gets
Way
into
too
it
many
too much,
details.
there's way too many details. I mean, all of that could have happened within like a minute of the video, but
Like we don't believe him anyway.
Listening to him describe it with those choppers slipping
Yeah.
is actually making me very, very sick right now.
it's true. When you have it in your headphones too, you can hear every nuance.
I can hear them just
every-
moving. They're rattling.
Yes, they do rattle a little bit.
Oh,
It is
God,
kind
I'm
of-
gonna be ill.
It's kind of.
I'm gonna vomit.
I'm gonna.
Oh my God, Jeremy Harrelson, you have X. I'm on my way. That's all I got to say. I'll go to the Jingle Ball with you. Who's playing? I need to know. That's all I need. Bad Bunny.
Jingle
Will Bad
Ball.
Bunny be there? I'll be there. So yeah, let's continue just a little bit with the trans.
Like, okay, I'll stay with this. I wasn't beaten off, though. I want to make that clear. I was just watching it from an academic point of view.
Right.
Let's-
You
lest
haven't
anyone
even
think.
tried.
Yes.
And it doesn't accidentally happen to you that you're turned off.
Well, no, my pants were off, and I maybe touched my taffy a little, and nothing happened. So
It's almost as bad as the Band-Aid sticking to his titties yesterday. It's him saying that he touched his taffy. It's so
Taffy.
gross. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even have words.
Well, the way his prostate is,
Taffy.
it probably is taffy.
Taffy. That's my first dog's name.
Taffy.
Again. Saltwater taffy.
You know the way they
Taffy.
say your porn name is your first dog's name, and the
Yeah,
shit
no,
you lived on?
Yeah, the street you lived on, and then your dog's name, right?
Yeah, Taffy Jackson.
Middle name. I thought it was middle name and then the street you lived on.
Taffy
Your
Jackson.
Okay, mine's Anthony Sunrise, which is really good.
Wait, did you ever have a pet though?
I have Mindy.
There you go. What's your name?
Lucatelli was one pet after the
Mindy
cheese.
Sunrise.
And Mindy.
That's a stripper's name as well.
Wait, mine is
No.
Buddy Bell.
Buddy
Oh wow,
Bell.
the Rangers
Bell.
shortstop. Remember that he was the token all-star for the Rangers when they didn't
Yes,
have
exactly.
good enough to make the
Bell.
all-star team. Buddy Bell, I liked him. He's like the early '80s Texas Rangers shortstop.
Oh, I love it. Hey, chat, let us know your porn name. So that would be your first
Wayne
pet's
That's amazing.
name,
Ringo.
Dennis.
the first pet's
Mike
name
White.
and the street that you lived on. Okay. We got Wayne Ringo. We got Alex Saturn.
Alex Saturn.
It looked like Dennis threw up a little bit in his mouth listening to that.
I actually did. It was kinda
Dennis's
disgusting.
porn name is Brian Kilmeade. Sugar Hillcrest, Bushy Prince, Alan Balin, King Kittredge. These are awesome.
Trinidad Poplar.
Peter goes in ya.
Oh,
Chumley Rally. Oh, I love these. I love
Tippy Barnett.
Michael.
This
Maybe
guy's
we did this bit already. Not on the show though, silly. And if we have, it's been a while.
wait.
And
Like
let me
Josh
go.
Foster.
Damn it.
Dwayne 28th.
Popeye Gallop. Why ruin our fun? Okay, you bastards. Peach my taffy. Yeah, let's get rid of that right now. I'm trying to go through and delete as we're. That's it. Portia Huffnagel. Who names their animal Portia? Oh god, that's so silly.
Kitty Fish Hollow.
Kitty. Okay, so yeah, a random clip. Just gonna play it. Here we go.
About politics the other day, and Beth goes, "Honey, you have to run for president." I go, "I don't know if that's
Well, I thought you were. There was a time you and Bradley Cooper were
right.
Do you want to know something?
pair, a partnership.
Yeah. Okay. Robin,
Sure.
stupid woman. Like that's even like a thing. And then of course, the intellectually incurious one, Beth, 22 IQ, Ostrowski Stern. You should run for president. That would be
You know why? They actually pointed out in the
This is
mockery
good,
thread.
Michael. I love this. Bianca Squabble Lane. Thank you.
Nice. So they actually pointed this out in the mockery thread, and yeah, kind of thinking about it, he was probably rambling on, and it was as high as a kite, and just said that to shut him up.
You talking about
Beefus.
talking about this woman?
Yes, that one. That one that I've
I'm not really sure how this happened, but there's a wand toy stuck in my hair.
Yeah.
So wait, look how cute this is. Look how cute. Wand toy stuck in your hair, right? Okay. So all you need to do is like take it from that end right there
And pull it through.
How amazing.
It's histrionics even with a hair clip, Monique.
And I can't get it out.
Oh, how about if you just take the elastic out of your hair? How about that part?
Cocomelon, Misty, help me.
Oh, Cocomelon, Misty, help me. By the way, I slowed it down and I was just passing through and I realized that she's actually watching golf, which is bizarre to me.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah, and she's in that weird cat kitchen, which is by the pool, which probably has a bigger kitchen than most of our kitchens. To be honest with you.
Please. Oh my god.
Oh, so
my life is so glamorous, isn't it? Cocomelon, Misty, help me.
Oh.
Yeah, there's that kitchen.
Wow, look at that. I mean, that's pretty large.
It's pretty large, totally caged off from the cats, obviously. All the nice little hi-hats. And she's watching golf. Yeah.
Please.
Oh my god. Listen.
Oh my god.
Your scrunchie
my
out.
life is so glamorous, isn't it?
How
said,
dilated? How dilated are those pupils?
Jesus Christ.
In the background, does she pass out? Is she gonna pass out if this goes on 10 seconds more? Will she throw herself to the ground? Has she ever passed out on Instagram, Dennis?
No. There's been after effects of passing out, but
Listen,
not.
yeah, the truth is she controls her Instagram. She doesn't have to pass out on Instagram. She can delete that. She doesn't have to.
No, but she wants you to see her. She wants you to see her passing out.
But she doesn't have to post that, and she wouldn't. I'm actually shocked that this.
I would think she wants you to see that.
Because it thinks it's cute, even though it looks utterly retarded.
Yes, that's 50.
Well, that stupid thing, if you're asking what it is basically just like a plastic stick that has a feather on the edge of it. And you see Howard with it a lot of times where he'll play with the cats with it. It's literally a stick. I mean, it's just a stick. It's just a stick. That's all it is. Just a stick. A stick. Thank you, Sunflower. Pull up that wand toy. How did you get that stuck in her hair? I called
She didn't. It's all fake.
Right.
Everything's.
This is part of the histrionic personality. This is the notice me. This is my husband and me were on the front page of the Globe the other day. So, feel bad for me and my clavicles and my, fully made up bizarre playing with the cats and gets things stuck in
So you know, he's talking about he thinks she's 51 going on 14. All you broads are different. What's the official age you don't get your period anymore, Monique?
It depends.
It depends. It's usually maternal. Depends on when your mother stopped, but you can be perimenopausal from the time that you're. Hold on, Jackie. Let me, as a woman, have no knowledge.
Well, no,
if you can start really early. I've known women who have started being perimenopausal when they're in their early 40s, and they start skipping periods and only have them every 60 days or something like that. And I have friends who have had their periods up until they're, in their mid 50s. So it's really dependent on your body and your physiology. And but I would say 50 is probably a really good demarcation for.
But of course, Beth's still going, right? Of course.
Well, no. What I've actually kind of noticed is also if you do what beef is doing, where you kind of starve yourself and all that, the period goes away a little earlier.
Well, like most gymnasts and things like that, it's always the case where because they don't have the the hormones or the estrogen running through their bodies.
Yeah, everything gets out of balance, and then it just kind of go and flow leaves.
No, I mean by maternal, I mean that like your father's mother wouldn't dictate, your period stopping and
Shaka Khan's is 45 to 55. I go with that.
Yeah, I mean that's about right. So of course, the fact that she had her period was absolutely the reason that he watched trans porn the other day. Absolutely,
absolutely, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and then we're gonna go to Weirdo Robin talking about hot guys at the old folk home.
Understand that.
I don't know why.
One guy who has
suck.
all of his faculties and he still has a body that works.
Yeah.
And he is highly coveted.
I don't care
by these older women. I'm just saying that's going on.
Keep that in
these
private.
Old folks' homes or group living situations.
Group living, yes, this is exactly what's going on in group living homes. That there's one hot guy.
One silver fox per.
One silver fox per.
The irony of this.
Dry vaginas.
The irony is that this is like living in a group home listening to this show. That's the irony of this. I mean,
you would leave the group home, Dennis, with this boring. I had way better conversations. I visited my grandmother and had way better conversations in an assisted living
the funny thing is, though, there's a place in Florida called The Villages, which is
so many STDs going on there.
It's senior living, and wow, don't ask about the pineapples. Just don't.
Don't ask about the bath scrunchies.
Yes,
Isn't
that too. Don't ask about that either.
Color of the scrunchies, and they put them on their antennas, and that's supposed to tell you whether or not they're open to a threesome or they're ready to mingle. It's like a whole thing that goes on there.
Oh yeah,
Monique, can I say hello again to Melvin Goldstein? This guy goes away and comes back more than Colin Kaepernick. He's in our chat again. Melvin, please stick around. We love having you around.
Loofahs, that's what I meant. Colored loofahs.
O'Reilly.
Yes, that's exactly what loofahs from the
pineapples.
Gonna spread that loofah on you, Monique.
If they have a pineapple upside down, they're also ready for. Jesus.
Pineapple. What about flamingos? I hear something about flamingos. I mean, there's so much that you hear. Honestly,
there's so many little things up there. It's
yeah.
There he is.
You're right, Josh Foster. If it works for them, good for you. Knock yourself out. You know what? At some point, if you want to do heroin and you're like 85 years old, go for it. Do it.
For it.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if you're high and feel good about yourself. I don't care.
Remember Bela Lugosi at the end of Ed Wood mainlining morphine the whole time? You're like, do it. Go.
Go for it. Makes you happy. Okay, so then they were going into talking about Anderson Cooper. So Anderson Cooper wrote a book about the Astors. And it had nothing really to do with him, though, Dennis. You were under the impression that it had something to do with the Vanderbilt versus the Astors.
Well, the thing is, okay, so what it is, though, is that the Vanderbilts and the Astors always had a feud way back into like the 1800s. They literally, it was a very big thing between the two families.
Well, here's the story, because all of us women who have watched the Golden Age know this story to be fact, is that the Vanderbilts were considered new money and the Astors were considered old money. And so the Vanderbilts always wanted to get in and be part of the old money crew. And it didn't matter how many houses they built and mansions they did and philanthropical things, whatever. It was very hard for them to get in. And the Astors were in charge of that. And they were called the 400. And the 400 basically meant the people that that's all the people she could invite to fit into like her home. It was 400 people. So her list was the ultimate list of who was who in the world. And then I think the Vanderbilt's chick was named like Alma or something like that.
Yeah, I
And
looked it up.
she
I looked it up
was
this
kind of
morning.
quirky, and she had birds, and she had all sorts of stuff, and she dressed really fantastical. And I'm not sure what the story is, but somehow she wormed her way in, and then they became kind of like contemporaries.
It's
So
almost like
that
the Colbys and the Carringtons from Dynasty.
was
Right?
sort of
Remember that?
except
But
real.
real, yeah. How
And
do you get Anderson Cooper's accent, Monique? I call it Vanderbilt and Astor. Like, what
you
is
know what it is? It's
this?
just well bred. I mean, that's all there is to it. You
So
know?
This Manhattan
You're
accent.
born and raised
interesting.
in the city, and that's the way most people will talk to you, and that's it.
Interesting fact, though, Cornelius Vanderbilt, the starter of the whole clan, actually was born on Staten Island. He actually started making his money by running a ferry from Staten Island to Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah, that's before he did trains.
That's not
That's
Pete
what he did.
Davidson, Dennis?
What?
Interesting.
That's not Pete Davidson, the start of that?
No, it's not Pete
King of
Davidson.
Staten
I disavow him. I do not believe he comes from there.
So, like with lots of old money, the
Yeah.
Astors, you know, they owned a shit ton of property in the city. They bought and sold things. They were basically known as, real estate barons. They owned all the property that people used to build on, and then once they defaulted on their loans, they would take back the properties and make a shit ton of money on it. And like most families, where the money is what it's all about, and you leave it to all your kids. Although the Astors, the son doubled their money in today's value. I think it's like something like $250 billion. And then the last Astor, whose name I can't remember right now, but you would remember her from like society pages. Her mission was to be very philanthropic. And she would go to like, the homeless shelters and stuff like that because she wanted to see where her money was going. And so she was the last Astor, and that's pretty much it for them. I'm sure there's a couple of them around the planet.
Interesting fact is that it's totally, I don't even know it's in finance. John Jacob Astor was against the Federal Reserve, but he died on the Titanic in 1912.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Beth's principal. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Am I wrong on that? And if so, I'm sorry that I haven't noticed you. Old money still decides what happens in this country, but went underground in the 70s. Yes. You're exactly right, because you forget that before Reaganomics, the highest tax rate, I think, was somewhere around like 65 or 75%.
It was brutal.
Like something insane like that. So, it was tax the rich. That's the way it worked. And that's why, that's the way
They
we
say
were.
all the old money, Monique, is in Southport, Connecticut, and Mastic Shirley.
Yeah, right.
One day I need to go to Mastic Shirley just to
You
say
got
I
to see
went
it,
to
Dennis.
Mastic
It's
Shirley.
exactly as weird as you think it is.
So, Ida, you would be interested in this. This summer, I took a trip up to Newport to see the mansions in Rhode Island. I was going to do a photo thread about it, but I kind of forgot because it was rainy, so my pictures weren't that great. But it is amazing to me the way these people lived. I mean, 4-story homes with thousands of square feet for a ballroom and stuff like that, and only like 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And the reason is because it would be for the husband, the wife, and maybe their 2 children, because they never wanted anybody to sleep over.
Right.
Hey, that's a great. You know what?
Everybody
Great
who was
plan.
there had their own home. So that's the reason they were all the way up in Newport. So if you made it up to Newport, you had somewhere to stay, and it's not at my house.
It's like the casinos having the hotel rooms far, far away from when because they don't want you spending time in your room. They want you gambling the whole time.
Yes, of course, and that's why they they post more like oxygen into the
So
air.
definitely when I do my next house, really no bedrooms, giant garage. Okay.
And one big
No
driveway,
place in
Dennis,
country.
that goes down. Shaka Khan, that's well said. That's well said. The Mid-Atlantic accent is taught in the finishing schools. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, there used to be an accent back in the day. If anybody has ever watched movies from like the 40s and the 50s, where everybody talked like this, very, very fast and very, very fancy, and everybody was the ba, 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 ba. And they weren't English or anything. It's just that everybody spoke with like just a lilty voice, and everybody was very happy. Blah, blah, blah. And it was a type of English that was taught for people to speak. But being well bred meant that you went to like the best schools. I mean, Anderson went to Yale, and he went to private schools in the city, and you didn't grow up with fucking Christina Brown punching you in the stomach. You know what I mean?
There's Christina Brown, and there's Lizzie Grubman, and Shoshana Lonstein, and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, but you know what? Jewish girls weren't necessarily invited into like the WASP clubs.
But that's the finishing school
a whole
accent.
different thing as well.
Wait, why doesn't Beefus have the finishing school accent?
I know.
No. So here they are trying to pronounce Astor because obviously Robin has no idea what book they're talking about.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Anderson Cooper's going to stop by. He wrote a book called Astor, so he's out promoting. I've seen him on a couple of shows, and I thought it's always fun when he comes in.
What's it called?
Astor, 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 Astor,
Astor,
Asturd. Yeah, it's about the Astor family. I actually read it.
He didn't read it. He didn't finish it.
I try to read the books. I read half. I'm up to half because
he didn't read it. He didn't finish it.
I also have to. Well, there's a couple other books I have to read for guests, but
yeah, of course, because you have to read the Schwarzenegger book, I think, and I think he has somebody else coming in at some point.
So he reads the intro in the front, and then he reads the back cover, and he's done.
Yeah, he really didn't really talk.
No, you know, Will Murray's job is to read the book for him, right? That's officially his job.
Oh, Baba Booey read the book as well.
One of the three. Jason,
at least two or three of them read the book so that he doesn't have to.
No way, Gary read a book.
No, Gary likes books on tape. He does that all the time.
That's not reading, then. That's listening.
Okay, but you know what I mean.
But it's the job is to get Howard the information to pretend that he read the book.
I thought that was Jan Hines' job.
You remember when Sarah Silverman busted him as not reading a book?
Oh, she was
listening to a comedy special.
Yeah,
or watching a movie. There was three different things, Dennis. It was the movie, the book, the comedy special.
Ballistic.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, she's been missing lately.
I gotta bring those clips back for you from when that was his turn when she shamed him, when she Trump shamed him. That was his turn.
Yes, you're exactly right. Okay, I only have 4 more clips, so we're gonna go through them. So then, of course, no show is complete without a little bit of Ben bashing. So let's go there from a hot moment. Here we go.
The only reason my dad was able to leave a nice pile of dough for my mom is he convinced me he was broke, and I paid all his bills for the last 30 years of his life.
He got to save his money.
Yeah, and then when he died, I went, "What is all this?" Oh, your father. And now the story is my mother goes, "Your father was a very good businessman." I go, "Excuse me? You guys would have been broke. I bought your cars. I refurbished your house. I moved you to where you're living now and paid for it. And he's the good businessman? Motherfucker."
Wow.
He paid for Boston University, which is the 4th most expensive university in all of America. He bought your car. He paid your rent for 10 years. Should we list more of the stuff that Ben did for him?
Wait. He also
we have to
built
do this
him
again.
He bought him every toy he ever wanted. He built him a puppet stage.
Basement,
he bought him
stage,
puppets, which are expensive.
Do we have to do
he
this
bought
again?
him bicycles. He bought him guitars. He sent him to summer camp, which is not cheap.
No, and no thoughts whatsoever about this when he was interviewing Anderson, because as much as I was a little bit moderately interested in the conversation, because obviously you can tell I'm very into the whole Gilded Age thing. But Anderson, one of the times he broke down crying was talking about his dad, and he was only like, how old was he? Like 10 or something when he lost his
very
dad?
young, 10,
something like
10,
this.
9,
When did he come out of the closet, Monique?
Oh, I have no idea.
Howard, I mean.
I don't know.
Howard today.
He didn't really know his dad, and when he was looking through some stuff, I guess when his mom died, and I could have this completely wrong, and I'm sure the chat will tried me on it, but he was looking through some stuff, and there was an audio recording of his father being interviewed about a book that he had written, and he just broke down crying, and he was like, "It was the first time I had ever heard my father's voice in a way that, that was real," and he was talking about me. He was talking about his sons and, the best gift that he could give to his children, and then he started crying, and Howard, here's a guy who lost his father, who was very well regarded, who was a writer, who was married to a Vanderbilt, and he's genuinely teary about the fact that he missed out on his father. And here's fuckface, who had his father until he was almost 100, almost 100, and
Yeah.
I dare say 99.9% of us will never experience the
Nope.
ability to have a parent
At 99
around
years old.
for as long as he did, till we're in like almost 70.
Late 60s,
No,
almost 70 years old.
screw
yeah.
you, seriously. And he couldn't really relate. He really couldn't, because there's nothing a Howard can say to somebody like that who actually breaks down in tears about the fact that their father is somebody who was,
But wait.
so important in their lives, and he never got to know him.
But wait, Robin. Oh wait, no, Robin can't.
No, don't forget, Robin got money from the lawsuit of her father's mesothelioma lawsuit,
Yes,
and she got her, and she took her half.
Zuma Show is a really good point here, which we probably did made in some different way, but I like the way he phrased it. Howard isn't, I guess, a good businessman. He just has a really great salary. He got paid a huge salary. Ben is the one who ran the business. There is a very
Correct.
big difference.
It hurt
Ben actually
none.
ran a business.
And it
It's
hurt
much
Howard
harder.
none to give them cause
Right.
or to
No.
redo their home.
But it's Buckwald that negotiated the deal. It's not like he's the good businessman. He did nothing of the sort.
No, he relies on Buchholz for everything.
Right.
He can't even wipe his ass without going to
Exactly
Buchholz and
right.
asking him about it. Okay. So then there was allegedly fan feedback on the stupid Taylor Swift thing.
No.
We know
No.
that we bypassed completely yesterday because it was so horrible. So he continues to triple down on this. And I'll just play a couple of clips from that. I know I have.
But yeah, by the way, a lot of people wrote me. They like when I talk about Travis Kelce banging Taylor Swift. They like it.
They like it.
Howard, your rap on
Fuji Vice. I'm not reading anything. If you don't know how I roll by now, then you're an idiot. I don't read anything. I have look at my notes. I have 0 notes. I have nothing going on here. This is why we've been doing the show for 8 years, because all the shit that we spew off is absolutely and completely from memory. So go.
the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce relationship had me crying.
It
was exactly what all of America was thinking.
Yeah, no, nobody was.
Clip of a marching band playing "Shake It Off" was the cherry on top. People love these conversations. When I spot
Laundry Room, there is no X feedback because he has not allowed feedback on any of the show commentary for at least 3 years now. So no, this is not. I never believe that any of this is completely true.
the Taylor at the game yesterday, I was really hoping you'd talk about it. You guys did not disappoint.
No, we didn't.
Who would have thought your show would have the most in-depth NFL coverage around?
No, nobody
No,
think that they
absolutely
had
not,
the
no.
most in-depth NFL coverage around. Nobody.
They won't even talk about the Super Bowl.
Nobody. So let's hear a little bit of it, because of course, since it was so popular yesterday and so many people called in and wrote and emailed and texted and whatever.
Monique, can I comment on here what Quitter is saying here? I was thinking about exactly what Quitter is saying here yesterday, last night. How does Taylor Swift? She's a Staten Island 6. How does she get elevated over all these super duper talented Tamara Fuentes people that can sing better than her, look better than she does? Her personality's mediocre at best. You could find, and you're in New York, Monique. You could stroll into any West Village.
A child who might be able to associate with this, I don't know, but you can tell us.
How does she get elevated?
Well, I think it's just because she's pleasant, and I really mean that. I mean, she goes out and she's
not a bad person. She's
I mean,
good.
she goes out and she does a 3.5 hour show. I mean, seriously, she's on stage for 3.5 hours. If it's raining, she's out for 3.5 hours.
There's 1,000 people that would do that. Then
no, most people won't
that could
go
sing
in the
as
rain.
well as her, that look better than she is,
Well,
and
I
have a bit more
understand that,
pleasant
but
personality.
I
Why
don't
her?
know. Like who? Like who?
Walk into any coffee house in New York City at 3 o'clock in the morning. They sing better than her. They look better than her. They play instruments. They write their own lyrics. I'm just saying, why her? Why only her? In this landscape of pop culture and pop tart, where no one gets elevated and the music industry is dead.
she just hit. I mean, it's
King
just,
Norris, right, Benjamin?
I can't. I don't know a single song of hers except for "We Are Never, Ever, Ever, Ever Getting
what
Back
about Shake
Together."
It Up?
Oh, I know Shake It Up.
I'm
Unfortunately, I
not
know
saying she's not a good
I know.
singer, Soma. I'm not saying there's a
It- it-
million good singers. It's
she
stupid.
balances.
It's not merit based. It's just
It
the whole
is though
industry's
because she
stupid.
balances everything though. It's everything in balance with her, and I think that's what works.
Yeah, Mike White says a mom
yeah.
with daughters explained it to me that she writes her own music and the music is for her
For her
fans.
fans,
Okay,
yep.
They
okay,
get it.
okay.
I
I
mean,
Her
respect
breakup,
that. I'm
her
just
heartbreak,
I'm asking
her,
why her
you know, her whole thing. And so this show that she
people are
just
stupid.
finished doing was called Decades, and she played song 3 hours long, nonstop.
3
And she
hours.
played from every single one of her albums. And apparently during COVID, she came out with how many albums? 5?
Yeah.
4, 6? I don't
Not
even
three.
remember.
She's,
But
she is prolific. I mean, seriously prolific. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
So
a
is
lot
John
of
Stockton,
music.
Dennis. I don't see him selling more albums.
Yeah, but you know, they're all catchy though, and the thing is, they all have a good hook. I mean, her songs have a good hook. They get played a lot because
No, you
they're.
explained it well. I'm just saying that
Oh, Eric,
when
sorry,
there's
Cindy.
nobody else
Sorry.
elevated, we
She's
don't have room for
Eras,
anybody but her.
decades,
No one else gets a
whatever.
shot.
same shit. All right, so let's hear a little bit of Howard just continuing on with the more Taylor Swift stuff. Here we go.
Hey, Patrick, did you see when my girl was beating on the window? And yeah, she was beating on the window. Unbelievable. I got to tell you, all my years being a quarterback, I never had celebrity pussy. What's it like? You don't, I fucked a lot of girls in college and stuff. Yeah. But celebrity
Can you
vagina
even imagine?
is a whole
No,
fucking other
I'm
level.
embarrassed for him.
Mooney, did you
Really?
get it?
Never had it. Yeah, it's a shame. You're one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and you've never had celebrity vagina. I know it. I feel shit. You're not going
You
to believe
took
how
yourself off the market too early.
Yeah, I'm jerking off on my carpet now and pretending it's Taylor Swift.
Don't you get it? If he uses the megaphone, he's not a lecherous creep, an unfunny lecherous creep. That changes the
Like
whole thing.
Agent. Like
Yeah.
Agent.
Again, just use the
Yeah.
megaphone.
So
I'm sold.
yeah, listen, nobody's bashing Taylor Swift. I get her success. I get that she has a
Yeah.
following that has grown up with her, and she is non-threatening. Here, like Chaka Khan says, Taylor is
Yeah.
safe and fun, not edgy.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I believe.
Good for her fans.
I believe it. I'm just saying there's
She's
a
totally
zillion
fan-driven.
talented
But
people.
well, and even put a period on that, and especially in today's world, to be that way makes you different, and people will bring their family. The kid, they're okay
She's
with
no
their kids
Cardi
listening
B,
to.
she's
She's
not
no Jerome
talking
Curtis.
Yeah,
about her
exactly.
wet ass
Hey,
pussy.
wait a minute. I saw Cardi B hit somebody with a microphone she was singing into,
music
and
was
she
so
kept on
brilliant.
singing. It was great.
Yeah, no,
I don't know how she did it.
stripper gonna strip. You can take the girl out of the ghetto, but yeah, she's yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's a whole nother girl. That's a whole nother type, and that
kinda, yeah.
attracts a whole different.
Like if my daughter was into Cardi B, I'd be concerned. She likes Taylor Swift. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. Taylor Swift is literally the biggest thing since Michael Jackson. Thriller had the biggest concert tour in history. She's overrated. Her fans are like a cult, but she's good. But well, here's the thing. So apparently, while they were doing this concert, they were also filming a movie. And so pre-sale tickets for her movie that doesn't even come out until October has already eclipsed. I'm not sure what the number is, but it's the highest pre-sale of any movie ever.
Yeah, it eclipsed Avengers Endgame, which I think had like 40 million. 40
And
million
so let's go with it was like at
pre-
50 million or
pre-sale.
something. Last I checked on it, and it's
disturbing.
Avatar
been
2.
the
She- no,
largest
no.
opening of any movie ever.
She
Ever.
did $22 million in 24 hours of pre-sales.
Yeah.
Just numbing.
And she did something Howard would never do. She gave out $50 million in
To her staff.
to the people who sold her merch, to
Yeah,
the
everybody.
people at the soda concession. I mean, just everybody was able to share in her largesse, which is amazing.
Largies, look at you.
Ooh.
Largies.
Yes! Let's go to the last clip. Here we go.
I'm wondering if,
Oh,
I feel so silly, but Patrick Mahomes, I'm just going to come out and say it. Patrick Mahomes wants a pair of your soiled panties, And he won't stop asking. Do you think that would be gross if I just took a pair of your underwear and gave it to him? I don't know. I feel funny about it. The thought of Patrick Mahomes. I would think you want me to only give you my panties. You don't want to give them to Patrick. You're right, baby. I'm a stupid jock.
Okay, this is how it went.
So is that Les Moonves and Julie Chen? I mean,
yeah, what a gifted mimic, Dennis, right?
I mean, I
was that Billy West? Was it Sour Shoes?
If I close my eyes, I thought it was Taylor Swift.
Just for a moment. Yeah, just for a moment.
My God.
Yeah.
The guy making all the money has the least talent and provides the least amount of comedy.
Yes. Yes, that's our man. All right. Yeah. So that's all we got for today's show. Was there anything I missed with Anderson Cooper that I should have noted?
No, nothing. No.
You missed me cry.
We talked about yet again his relationship with Andy
Cohen.
Andy Cohen. Right. And yeah, so that's it. That's all we got for that.
Do they still have that pillow bite fest on CNN on New Year's Eve?
They do, but they're not allowed to drink apparently. So
oh God,
they took that.
Makes it really dull.
So before we get into like the clips that we were gonna do for tonight, although I'm not really sure that I can get to both mine and yours.
Just play yours first.
So the behind the scenes. So I'm gonna take out your 30-minute clip, and then this press conference is 56 minutes long. I'm not sure where you want
my intention was to just send you the whole thing and jump around as you see fit, because it's not anything that stands out. I sent you 2 individual clips of Sal.
I got those. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. But here's something I just want to show you guys really quickly because it was really creepy. And somebody posted it on our site today. So let's go to that really quickly. Where does Paul Simon get his nails done? Fabulous, which I love that. Thank you, Beth Soates. But I don't know if anybody saw this today.
No, I didn't.
I did not see it.
Well, you're going to be interested in it because it's weird. And I found it fascinating. So here we go.
And finger picking. Now, how do you get into this?
This is what finger picking is. And it's called Travis picking. And it goes like this.
Oh my God.
Are those really his nails?
What?
No.
What?
Damn.
That really grosses me out. I'm
Aren't
floored by that. I've never seen that. That's crazy.
What?
Is that
He
10
looks like
nails?
He's sure he isn't Sabretooth from Marvel?
Wolverine's enemy, Sabretooth, Dennis. That's good.
Thank you so much.
What's his name? Victor Creed, Dennis?
Yeah, Victor Creed. Yeah.
Oh, God.
He's a mutant.
Holy mother of...
Yeah, Charles Xavier is calling out to him right now, Monique. to Westchester in the X-Men mansion.
And what's going on is with this kind of picking is the thumb is always moving like this. And then the other fingers go.
It's going to put me to sleep.
You know, you would think that he invented finger picking. You know,
right.
It's not that phenomenal. It's not that
any classic guitar player or even Spanish guitar player, that's how they play.
The world is literally enough guitarists.
How you play.
Yeah.
We not agree that the world is enough guitarists, Monique.
We
don't need anyone else getting into the act.
Yeah, I'm gonna
everyone's
do a guitarist.
Maybe I sent you something in the private chat, Monique. Maybe they share a nail salon with this fruit basket.
Wait,
right, hold on
little buddy. I know an Albanian gangster with nails like that. Damn.
Classic little buddy, right?
I just want to show you guys something, and I think this guy is an amazing guitarist, and I went to see him in concert actually because he was just so beautiful. Let me just I'm just going to put myself on mute for a quick second so I can hear this. You guys talk to yourself.
Esteban Zamfir.
Dennis, great Sabretooth reference. I'm proud of you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
That's what it reminded me of. Seriously.
All you gotta do is come through me, you little punk.
Hopefully I don't get in trouble, but let me just see if this is one of the ones where he can play. Hang on. Look at that finger work.
Kind of sounds like Ryan Houston. I want to feel the sun.
Look at those fingers go, though.
He could easily medley into Boys in the Hamptons right now. Wilmer Valderrama.
I love him.
His playing is very nice, though.
He's
It's
just
nice.
beautiful.
It's very clean. It's very nice. It's very
Clean. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
it's melodic. It's
Quite
nice.
delicious.
It's happy.
It's so happy. It's just
I'm
happy.
Wilmer Valderrama with a ski cap.
So yeah, okay, that was super creepy with what's his face.
Click on that private chat picture I sent you. And see where he got it from.
Oh dear Christ!
Hold on.
Can't get enough of this one. One of the best pictures in the history of. Yeah, Dave Miaz. I don't know what James Taylor is due. Right? Is he 80 yet? James Taylor.
Yeah, he's gotta
JT.
be.
Right. I mean,
gotta be.
he set the bar for long interviews,
Yeah.
and I don't want him back in.
Yes, that's where he gets his
He-
milk. Yes.
Oh dear Christ!
Yes.
3.5
Look-
3.5 hours.
Look at him.
James Taylor.
Look at his look.
Oh my Christ!
Look at those socks. Look at those legs.
You
Look
know,
at
you know what
those
he looks like?
pants.
He literally looks like every Canadian. Sorry, G Canada, that I see on Clearwater Beach. Literally every Canadian.
What
That's how they look.
Yeah,
What a nice.
yeah. Those are his Asics that he's been wearing since
It's really
1990.
hot out here, eh?
Look at him.
Who
Look
took
at that
this
look.
picture? God, but what this thing just lives on. Whoever took this picture, what a
This is the
great
greatest
shot.
picture ever.
Sorry, ladies, he's taken. Yeah.
Oy,
Yeesh. Yeesh.
vey.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so there was that, and you also sent me a Crazy Days and Nights blind item, but I
Yeah, that's in line with what we just.
throw that up real quick and
you
let
can
me read it. Everyone wants to out this married permanent A-list radio host. Thing is, though, he limits himself to online porn and male webcam models who never see him. He stays away from live escorts or other men who could bust him. This is from June 17, 2020.
Wow.
God, his show sucks now.
Actually,
Until
I don't
the
think that's
lockdown,
Alex
he
Jones.
had to go remote. However, also had his male employees disrobe in front of him for comedy bits, obsessed with other men's genitals, also very eager to dance with other men when he judged Americans. Everybody did, Howard. Everybody.
Googled.
I
remember
I could go with this too. I could.
that look. Yeah, that's the look. That's the look we usually give.
Monique,
Yeah,
Tamara
so-
Francois misses Boys in the Hamptons. I miss him too.
I missed them too. We haven't seen them in a long time. I think that bastard took them off.
Right? No, he
So-
wouldn't do that.
He would do that. He's everybody's
He's that
decided
type of
that
Australian.
Bon
All
Jovi doesn't
things.
really like me, and so he does things to be mean to me, and I have to agree. I have
So,
to agree. Where's
you
Boys
know-
in the Hamptons? What then? What?
So we should have kind of known with the Google Dolls when they did
Oh
the,
yeah,
thing
Iris.
from Iris.
Yep.
Yeah, when he made Casey dress up in like leather shorts. Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
was
actually a really funny. That's a funny bit.
no,
Boys
that
in the
wasn't meant to be funny though.
I
That was
don't
his
even think I have
homoerotic. It was a
I don't even think I have the link for it.
I got it
There's
right
a
here.
link
I got it
for
right here.
Come on.
Monique, it's in my app favorites
Oh,
10
son.
times.
Of course it is.
In the afternoon.
Go. Copy link.
It's in
that.
my favorites. I just sent it to
Meet
you.
my friends.
I'm
Old
gonna-
and new.
Download it again and save it.
Turn on the game.
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs.
And we'll play.
This and that.
Said that. Let's move on a little bit. You never get to the end of it.
Kids are loud, safe to say that it feels just like a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
So
Look at that house,
artistic.
everybody. Look at that. Look at that house.
Look at the chimneys. Look at all those chimneys.
Look at those Pittsburgh threes making good. Look at that.
We're not supposed to see this.
Oh, let's run down the beach, everybody. Oh my God.
Poor dog.
Overfed. Dead dog.
Windows down, music up. Feel the sun from above.
I can't. No more.
Can we send these to those neocons like Matt Walsh and Gutfeld and stuff? Can they do so? Can we be someone else besides us do something with this?
Oh my God!
We're not supposed to see this. You got to remember, we're not supposed to see that video. That the front of the house. And everything. We're not supposed to see that.
Nobody gets. We are the only idiots that care about this shit. Obviously, nobody gets that this is something that we're not supposed to see.
I know.
The funny
This
thing
is like
is,
any
though,
stupid video that somebody makes on Facebook.
from that angle, from that beach angle, I just realized the middle chimney has chimneys. Like the chimney actually has other chimneys on it.
Within its.
Thank you, Tamara Francois. You're so sweet. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. So we're gonna.
I love the background. It's like Pharrell's show when he had the heavy metal in the background. Just let him play like this the whole time.
Okay. So Tim had sent this to me yesterday, the day before yesterday, or something like that, and I guess he found some dude who had this video, and what it was the first day that Howard went on air at Sirius, and nothing fascinated me about it more than the following: the hair.
It's far more important than any of the content, the sound. It's all about the hair system.
It's all about every curl is manufactured, and it's really, really true. And so let's play a little bit of it. I'm going to lower it a little because I'm not really sure how much noise we need to hear.
Yes, Gavin, man. Justin Fields listens to this to get pumped up before every Bears game.
Yes.
In the locker room. It's a Dockers commercial.
Here he goes, getting into the car. This is when they.
I was up at Sirius last night. I was with Gary, and we had the guys on the phone. And stuff,
This
but I
song
basically
playing
went up
is
there to
hilarious.
spend some time alone with the equipment, with the board, because it's a huge board. It's twice the size of
What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing at the music
computer
playing.
system is
What music?
awesome.
Oh, it's my computer. I'm sorry. I'm playing it. Shit, I'm sorry. I sent you the link. I have it on my favorites like 10 times. I sent you the link and I let it
tabs
play.
open.
I'm sorry.
Playing music. You can't figure out which one it is.
He's chuckling to himself.
I'm sorry.
Efficient at it.
It's deep voice.
You know, you got to really understand the difference from using carts to going digital. It's
Oh.
night and day for me. You'll see today, that'll be my only, not my only, but my biggest confusion. And I was also concerned we're now going to use George Takei as our announcer.
Well, surprise,
He's
surprise.
going to be, he's going to be in there live. And I was concerned if he'd be a distraction to me. That's my biggest concern right now. It's a funny bit, but I don't want it to take away from what I need to do. I'm a little nervous. I know a lot of people will be tuning in. I understand the activations yesterday. We couldn't even get a thing activated. There were over a couple of 100,000 activations, which means new subscribers who are desperately trying to get in. And they're having trouble because of the load. I mean, Sirius can't handle that many.
You can't handle
I don't think
load
they've ever
either.
had that many activations all at once.
So many
This is bigger than
quadruples?
after the day after Christmas.
Yes.
So this is the freight elevator entrance,
Yes.
right? This is kind of
Yes.
the whole thing, and you
Yes.
never get to see this.
Yes.
This is great stuff, everyone.
Yeah, we love this.
Take
We
this
love
in. You'll never see this again.
So there's a lot to it.
Look at all the bodyguards. Look at all the
Look at
people
this.
around him.
So yeah, you want
One,
to just make
two,
sure everybody's
Three little men.
happy and feeling good about the show. And
That ain't 6'5".
I knew having trouble because of the load. I mean, Sirius can't handle that many.
One.
I don't think they've ever had that many activations all at once. This is bigger than after the day
It's
after
always
Christmas. So
such drama. Like
there's a lot to it.
this is so hard.
But yeah, you want to just make sure everybody's happy and feeling good about the show. And
Dude, you had 2
the
years
new
to
equipment
practice
makes
this.
me anxious.
Shut
The content doesn't make me anxious because we've been planning it. And when you're
No,
really
it's the same
planning,
show.
we have so much to do. I could do 50 hours today. And I can do
50 hours, yeah,
content.
sure,
There's
sure.
a lot to worry about. Then you got Sal and Richard. You should always be nervous about them. That's a joke.
I love the security
They're doing
slipping
great.
out of sight
I mean,
behind.
Look, they set up a buffet for the press. Shows you this
Breakfast
is a class
awaits.
joint. We used to do
Bodyguard,
press
1,
conferences.
2,
More
and,
bodyguards.
3. Look what's going on
there'd be no buffet, no anything. Hey guys,
here, everyone. Hail the king.
my man.
Look at him saying hi to people.
But
How
uh,
racist is it?
Again.
How
this is
patronizingly
a
racist
classy
is that?
joint.
That's the bubble. That's the glass bubble right there. This is the reception. So obviously he's coming in from like way back.
It's the big time.
Monique.
They know how to service the press.
Yes, my love.
How patronizingly racist is he says "my man" to the black security guard, and then we have the black power fist, which is he's the opposite of civil rights, raising as these black security
They would
guards.
never use that.
Right, the press, you give them breakfast, you treat people right. Thank you.
5 o'clock.
Actually, Anderson was talking about how he got a gift basket when he was on a Zoom call today, and one of the things in it was a Sonos speaker. And he's like, I can't accept this. We're not allowed to get gifts like this. He's like, you give me a Sonos speaker. What am I going to do with that?
Yeah, what am I going to do with it? Right.
Yeah.
1 hour before the first show.
A little decorating we did last night. Looks cool.
Blackface Gary retard.
You see the beautiful Toni?
Huh?
There's my girl.
Oh, the wig wrangler.
Good morning, Isaac.
And I love that they have a whole place set up for just this.
Now, the only thing I'm going to do here, Isaac, is get made beautiful by my Toni. I say my Toni because we've worked together for so long that she has become mine.
Look at Gary dressed up for the.
Oh, that's great.
So really quick, Howard, because I really do.
What, David? Thank you so much. I'd love a RadioGunk redo of the Last Day of Howard documentary where we saw him backstage at O'Reilly talking to Geraldo doing that photo shoot where he looks like Che Guevara. But that was, you know what? I don't know that you can repeat the beauty that was seeing that for the first time, because nothing is funnier than our instant reactions to that. That to me, without question, is probably my favorite show that we've ever done. Without question.
Yeah, him and doing the Eminem thing to lose yourself is there's nothing gives you more douche chills than that.
No, nothing. Here we go.
I want to get out of your way. So went to Takai's room last night. Tim and I went to Takai's room, and we gave him all the stuff. And he seems to be up for everything, but he doesn't know the show that well.
He doesn't know the show.
So I gave him my room number, and he called me, and he just had some pronunciation questions, but he said this stuff is fucking hilarious. He loved it. You know the
How they kiss his ass. It's like this stuff is fucking hilarious. Hilarious. His 30-second intros.
Isn't that crazy, David? See, no one's trying to kill him. It's insane, right? 10 security guards, no one's trying to kill him.
Last night I'm like laying in bed and just get ready to go to sleep when the phone rings and it's Takai, and I'm like, I'm like laying in bed.
Very genteel with his hair too.
It's like, hello. Gary. I just think it's funny. Like every straight guy thinks that every gay guy wants to fuck him. Right. Like I got flustered for a minute. They're like, he's not interested in me.
You can't put that
you never
straight
know.
on that hair. It'll blow right off.
First day jitters. But come with me. We're gonna do the final touches in the studio, which involve liquor.
Liquor.
Hour before the show, this is what we're worrying about.
Jesus.
Final moment. That goes through. When the microphone go to air, this room is live directly to air. Okay. To America.
I don't know any of these people.
No.
There's a lot of people I don't know here. You see them like in the credits of Howard TV.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names
And
that
they
you
probably
never.
just work with Sirius. They probably do all the TV stuff, all the,
This was the group that got fired on the
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I would way more be nervous if I'm Goodstein over Howard's show is exactly they just use the C word. It's the same show as terrestrial with no commercials in the C word. I'm way more nervous if I'm Goodstein and those guys. It's a way harder job. I don't know. Howard's got no accountability. There's nothing to be. There's no drama at all here.
Hey Scott. I gotta take this camera and put it in front of Gary's office so he has a shot when we go to him. He clicks the microphone, we can see what he's saying.
That's right.
I'm sweating. I'm nervous. You got any Valium?
No,
everything's cool. We just checked the studio. Everything's to my liking, but I'll probably get yelled at because he doesn't like it. Howard, that is.
Right,
And,
90% of his
I'm just doing some last minute production to make sure that we have it to play in the show. We're all excited, and I'm ready to fucking rock and roll, guys.
Yes.
We've done a lot of preparation. I don't expect it to be perfect, but I expect it to be pretty good.
5:35.
Yep. Listen, we've done this for a long time, so the content isn't an issue. It's a little weird today because we're not only in a new environment, but we're not taking any commercial breaks today, so there's no opportunity to talk during commercial breaks to sort of clear everything up.
That's okay.
We're going to talk about it all.
There's no.
I feel pretty
no
damn
rules,
goddamn good. I'm up and at 'em and raring to go. I had me a root beer from.
I used to not mind Richard Christie. I cannot stand.
I hate him more each day,
I
too.
really, he disgusts me to no end, and I don't know why. It's just he's just gross.
Breakfast and
Because he's vile.
feeling great.
I'm just nervous in general, man. I mean, this is a big thing.
Best Jason has ever looked, and that's not saying much.
No.
You're probably right about that.
The show and our job and everyone here and little pre-show nerd, man.
The other day I spoke for 3 hours.
She curls. Now watch how she curls. Watch how she curls. Literally like 10 hairs in each one of those curls.
Yeah. Because as it was said, every curl is manufactured.
Everyone.
I can just
Everyone.
Look.
I'm used to that. The brakes get in my way. It breaks my flow.
Tiny little curl tendrils.
I'd rather the audience hear everything, even the prep. Like,
look, she doesn't even.
Gary, we're doing the press.
There's nothing right. There's no. It's just it's prodding.
The audience would rather be with us, I think.
Wow.
That's the fun of this show. Even
Hard
the
job,
mundane becomes sort of intriguing.
Look.
I'm anxious about the first show. It's like a first show. Everyone makes a big deal.
She never touches scalp. It's always it's just prodding and
It's a show.
Yeah.
Fluffing.
People's expectations
It's fluffing,
are high.
right? If that,
but
if it's even fluffing.
Not even
hopefully, to me, a good show is making it sound like the old
There's
show.
no
make it seamless,
comb, no nothing.
so that you're comfortable
Nothing.
with it.
No pick, nothing.
Breakfast is in.
It's almost like
got
a
breakfast?
pantomime class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already ate, but okay,
Like,
great.
it's not even a real job.
What? And this is all that matters during this. Gay Street is.
Look, all right. How's the hair look?
Oh, Jesus.
Look at this mental patient. In any other world, he'd be a Columbine shooter. Any other world. I'm not wrong, Dennis.
He was
No, you're
working
not.
The
That's
counter
why I
at
laughed.
Blockbuster Video, and you want to punch him in the face because can't make eye
Oh,
contact.
I literally want to
eyes.
kick him between the legs. Like I want to hurt him. I would
Yeah, I know.
physically.
I want to shove him in a locker. I don't know why I have that sudden feeling. I just want to put him in a locker.
How does he exist in that world?
I like what Shaka Khan said about Gary. She goes, every clueless straight guy thinks every gay guy wants to F them. Gary,
Totally.
nobody wants to F you, least of all in the gay community.
Yeah, totally.
Profile.
Typically crazy around here. Just
Murray-
walked in and it's throwing a million things, but I think we're all right. The main thing's my man Steve here, because I'm going to be helping George Takai do his line, so that means Steve, who did phones with me last semester, is going to have to learn a new phone system by 6 o'clock this morning.
Good morning. Just great.
Hello. Hello.
Oh my God.
Glorious.
Hey, man.
Fantastic. It's the beginning of a new era.
Prancing in.
The very first thing, Howard coming out of the closet, let's have a gay guy start the show at Sirius. That's how you know.
Gotta find a new
There's
deli.
Marty coming in at 5:46. There we go.
There's no need for
Some
him to be there
preparation.
earlier.
So is that your biggest concern of the day?
It was actually where I was gonna get a muffin.
I did not sleep a wink.
Nobody else can do it.
Yes, it is.
Is that Lotus Notes?
We are
Yes.
about 13 minutes away. Scott's up there, calm, cool, collected. Yeah,
Monique, I love the 4K pixelization.
I'm a little worried about
Right?
it. Yeah, but we should be good.
Only the best.
Roll tape, please, Matt.
Roll tape. We're in.
Every last one of you got fired.
I know there's so few percentage.
I'm excited, man. First day. Can't wait to get thrown out of the studio.
Benji, what's the matter? Why are you sweating so much? Probably because I'm always worried you guys are going to ask me why are you sweating so much. Why do you look like this? Look how much.
John is kind of like the Benji of our show. John usually pops in like with 2 minutes. Like John pops in and starts talking about something. Usually it's like sports related, or him and X start talking about something random, and then it's like showtime. And you wonder why we're on CP time. It's all John's fault.
Gee, look how much Benji is sweating. He's used to walking down the block at the last minute. It's 90% shower water. Just because I don't want to
Yeah, shower water.
Shower water.
I don't.
No, these guys
Dude,
need
it
a
takes 3
salad.
seconds to dry off.
Both of them.
I'm boldly going where I've never gone before, to coin a phrase.
First day, man. How can you not be pumped? It's going to be awesome.
Looking slightly better. 1 minute to air, guys.
Shit.
The way it goes.
we did it again, is it?
This is we didn't have one at camera. We didn't have one of those.
Someone get Isaac out of there. And we got to get a headset. Does anyone know what an RTS is?
Listen to that fucking annoying heartbeat. If they don't turn that shit off, I'm gonna kill myself.
You're the one that
Less than a
freaking turned
minute.
it on.
You got a CD, you hit the music and let George do his thing. Whatever you tell. Okay, good.
We're good. 31 and one's up. Go one. Yeah.
off the channel.
Slow,
Hurrah! Starring the expensive, much ballyhooed king of all media, Howard Stern.
Ready for it.
I remember this day, and I remember it's like, Jesus, why do they have George? Like, I don't even care about what George has to say.
Because
Nobody
Howard's
does.
gay, this gave him an excuse to be gay all the time. When you brought George in, you could turn the whole show gay. If you notice, every time George sat in for a week, the whole show got gay, and that's
Oh, it
Howard's
got super
excuse to come
gay.
out. Right, so it uses George as a gay shield to do what he really wants to do.
Totally, but you know what? I never liked George.
Howard Stern, the most testosterone.
He was pretty beloved at that point, Monique.
I know.
On the planet.
Wait, I'm on you, 7.
With the stars in alphabetical order. Because everyone on this stupid show has a fragile ego.
Media arrived with a big touchdown. Yes, it was.
Wow.
I'm Maria Menounos with Access Hollywood, and I'm a very, very big Howard Stern fan, and I'm expecting, the usual Howard with a little bit more creativity.
It looks pretty exciting out there. It's like a party. So far we're a little bit over an hour into the show. We've had a bunch of technical difficulties, but nothing that, we seem to have overcome them, and I knew that when we sat down, it's never going to be perfect until we've done it for a while. But the chemistry's there, we're in rhythm. George is working.
Is Gary a smoker? He always sounds out of breath.
Yeah, he is.
Gary is a smoker, yes.
Yes.
No? Do you think?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. don't
I
think he's
saw
gonna
him
stop.
smoke on the street, Monique, when I went to that convention. He was across from Opie and Anthony.
Yeah,
And he knew me from that Baldwin
Yeah.
call. And then he walked out to the street to get a cigarette. I'm like, what? You smoke? What? And I'm chasing him out to the street with my friend Mike. I couldn't believe he smoked. I never knew that. I'm sure they mentioned it on the air a few times, but he smokes for a long
see,
time.
I didn't know. So
Out great, George Takei, and that was George Takei, and that was one of the things that I was really worried about. So the show's going well.
That's part of the show. I had to run in and get yelled at.
It's Penny Crone. I love Penny Crone because her last name rhymes with bone.
Crone Boner.
And I'm into mature lady porn, if you know what I mean.
Fourth revelation. I think I'm addicted to porn. I jerk off twice a day and prefer to masturbate than have real sex.
Oh, that's Richard.
Isn't that Richard Christie?
Yeah.
But don't look at the obvious.
Unless
I hope that one is you, Robin.
Our old office, still my voice on the voicemail. Wow. And I actually
remember when we first got there, Gary's voice was too clear on the microphone.
Yeah.
And Howard hated it, so he made him change back to like the shitty mic that they had from K-Rock. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When they got here, what were you expecting? And the product they gave you, did you feel bait and switch? Did you feel, oh, this is better? Did you feel it was not enough? What was your take when you finally marinated and you saw the finished product, what they were hyping for 2 years?
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first.
I want to know
I'll
what you
go
both think
second.
because I
don't really think my expectations were that high. I think I was a little disappointed with what the content of the show was. I mean, to just hear, Howard and the rest of the crew say the F word, I guess was like, the biggest thing that they were going to do. And I think that's a great segue into some of the clips that you have.
Yeah.
But I don't think content wise, I mean, I think the first years of Sirius were actually fairly decent because Artie was still there. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, for me, it actually wasn't that bad. The first 2 years, he actually was trying to make that bonus, so the show actually did things.
It
and
delivered.
Artie did fill the dead gaps.
They did silly things. They
Yeah.
were funny.
It was
they
fun.
could be out there so much more.
Yeah, it was a little more fun. The first 2 years, especially before the whole bonus thing blew up, it was actually not a bad. It was not a bad show. I didn't
Absolutely
feel
right,
ripped
though,
off.
Pablo. No commercials was key. I mean, that was like really one of the selling points of it was not to have those commercials.
Yeah,
Although
then-
that's
then
what
the
kind of
commercials
gave me a break
came.
to like take the train or start walking or whatever and not miss out on any show. And that was before you could actually
were you in
rewind
the-
the show and replay it.
Were
What?
you in the camp like I am with my cousin where we felt we liked dancing around the censors? We liked the skill and the dexterity of saying a-hole instead of asshole and effing instead of the F word. Did you like the skill it took to dance around the censors they used to have, which I did enjoy?
I enjoyed it, but I didn't really care. I don't think it was really I don't really think it was a big deal.
I don't know. For me, actually, the cursing was actually a distraction. I
No,
actually
they
found
cursed
you knew
so
they'd
much.
be out of control
Yeah,
with
it
it.
was
You
a
knew they would
distraction.
be.
I actually didn't find it very. It actually kind of killed the show a little bit.
They
Yeah,
cursed
Especially
so
absolutely.
when
much that
It
it
enabled
became a
and what's her
distraction.
the
name?
Ronnies and the Sals of the world.
Yeah, well, what's her name came up and he was just yelling C word at her.
Yeah.
C monkey to her.
Yes.
The entire what was her name? That's Rod Stewart's girlfriend or wife.
Alexis Stewart. I mean,
No.
Rachel Hunter.
Rachel Hunter.
Yeah.
When he was, I mean, that was kind of like, wow, that was not kind of funny. That was actually kind of not.
One
funny.
of the first questions we asked Casey Armstrong was Howard off mic. He's the worst command of the language. He's just every other word is F word, C word, this F word. He doesn't. So that's the real Howard. Like he just curses every other word. So him trying to like put a no cursing thing. That's who he really is. He's just an absolute, lowbrow Neanderthal twink.
I'm gonna finish this clip because it's not too much longer. Hang on.
The regular way you can get through in the line's busy. Like it's 800 members. I'm working on it.
All right, so keep trying.
Agree, Megan, or Meg XN. Sirius made me call to cancel, which is why I'll never subscribe again. The playlists are too small and repetitive as well. And it was decent back then, but that was because we didn't know any better. So now we have better. We can make our own playlists. We don't have to rely on them to play music for us.
And never have somebody interrupt your music.
Don't have a DJ.
I knew to curb my enthusiasm and lower my expectations from the CBS bait and switch versus the E show, and I knew that he will never give the audience anything to get excited about. And I knew it. I was cynical going in, and really it was the wrap up show and like the Superfan Roundtable that I was excited about, and that's it.
I would love to do like a show just really dedicated to back office, which is one of those things that you never really get to hear anymore.
Yes.
I would really love to like explore that a little bit.
What do you mean back office?
Back office radio.
Oh yeah, I have all those. That's such a great. There's so much stuff you can pick from there.
The back office was more of a show than the show.
Yes.
I mean, it was absolutely. There was more real drama going on between the staff. When it was real drama, it wasn't made up garbage like they have today.
Well, it was good because Howard had it killed.
Exactly.
Because it was way better than his show.
Let's do that. I'd like to do that.
I absolutely will do that. I have them all
Channel
on a hard
9
drive.
show review.
Okay, let's do it.
It's worth getting up at 5 in the morning, which I never do. I haven't done it. I swore it off in 1981. And here I had a chance to speak to the man himself at 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. It was worth it.
It's going fine. I think Howard could do well. I think he's good at this.
It's over 4 hours into the first show. And I think the first show went great. A little bit of, again, technical difficulties, but on the whole, we sat in there, we talked about stuff, we did the revelations, we had a major press conference, and all in all, I thought everything went pretty well.
I think it's going fantastic. I mean, there's still a few little...
The guy's laying in his bed in his hotel room.
What's happening?
Internet just muted a little bit. It did that before.
You don't want to hear the Mund? Ronnie the Mund? Oh my God, Bubba.
Oh, look who's coming.
Poor Bubba.
Remind me, Dennis, did Bubba do the show from New York?
The guy should have been there.
And then went to Tampa.
The show.
No.
And then they call in, they're commenting on it. The guy's
What's
laying
he
in
doing
his
there?
bed in his hotel room.
Why do we have no sound? Sorry.
No, where'd you get that jacket?
That's the thing they wear?
No, man.
It's the same one you wore for fucking 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. I bet you didn't.
Is that one of those Canal Street
No, it's
watches?
a real one. You want to see it? You want to feel it?
Is that Canal Street?
No, it's a real
Rolex, buddy.
Tamper.
Come on, man.
Tamper.
No, but did they do the show from here this week and then went back
changed
to...
the art just a little
He
bit.
was on Sirius
You can
before
talk
Howard.
down in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You want to fucking strap it on the gloves and be a real man.
Here
Stop
we
being a
go.
little
See?
fucking
Here we
pussy.
go. Strap it on the gloves. That's it.
Why wouldn't you?
Everything with his hand.
Why wouldn't you want to strap on the gloves?
Let me ask you this,
Because you're a
guys.
fucking prick.
Jesus.
Do you think it was a good move by Sabian to bring in Bubba to try to get that sort of NASCAR wrestling crowd that Howard's fans wouldn't have listening to his show when they did the afternoon?
Yeah, actually, you know what? It actually was good programming because it made programming. It was something different.
It's different than his show. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea too. I didn't listen to Bubba's show, but I thought it was a good idea.
It was a hard listen to. It's a hard listen. Trust me, it's hard to listen.
Did you ever listen to it, Monique?
Only like once or twice. And
Yeah,
it's hard.
rarely.
Very manic and frenetic.
Yeah,
And
that's
like
Bubba though.
like wrestler radio, but it's not. I'm not into it at all. Like, I just don't even understand.
What did you think of Pharrell?
Nothing. I thought nothing of.
Oh my
Pharrell.
God.
I never listened to any of the extra
Pharrell was
shows.
actually fun.
The crazy thing was, Dennis, they gave Pharrell 4 hours
and
at
he
night.
was fun though.
8 to 12.
And he
4.
was
That's a lot.
manic.
That's a lot.
Who listens that long? Like, seriously, we lost you, Johnny. We
And
lost
him.
Johnny.
Yeah, but actually, the thing is, his
I would
show
have given
was
him 2 hours, but not 4. I would have given 2 to someone else.
Yeah, but he
Well,
was manic.
as
and
it
he was
is, they couldn't get. They couldn't continue and be consistent with these people.
No, I know, but because they don't want to pay him.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, let's continue.
You're afraid.
So long, man.
You're afraid.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to my show. I got a real show. I don't drive a fucking limo for a living.
You, man.
I got a real show.
I'm glad to hear it.
Here's the bottom line. I love Ronnie to death. We started out as friends. We really did. He's been really good to me. He hooked me up with Lonnie from Scores, and then all of a sudden he turned on me one night. I don't know if he's jealous because Howard's promoted our show and given us our own 4-hour block on Howard 101. But now Ronnie.
Was it every day? Was his show every day?
Yes.
It was
hours
what was
on 101?
Shit, it was 3 to 7, right?
Yeah, it was every day.
It was 3 to 7, and then 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, Monique, was like a special show. So it would be like Superfan Roundtable or Chuck Zito or Lampanelli or Nick DiPaolo, and they would rotate those Monday through Friday. And that 7 o'clock show could have been good, but they were on 4 from
3 to 7.
3 to 7.
These fucking Geritol 65-year-old assholes got a problem with me. So the way I want to settle this is let's just strap on the fucking gloves. Strap on the fucking gloves. Well, let's go. Let's do it right now.
I'm exhausted.
Well,
and I just sat.
I know. It's tiring.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow it'll get a little easier.
Well, bravo
With his swag black jacket.
to you and everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow. All right, Bob. Thank you. Ben, good job, man. All right.
That's the last
First and last time he did that.
he touched anyone,
No,
yeah.
I'm just going to go rest. Thanks, Tony. I'll see you in the morning. All right.
Why are you?
Good job, everybody. They don't give a shit what I say. JD, good job. You all right? What's the matter?
He did his part.
Hey, you stressing out or what, man? Am I losing you here or what? If I got to worry about you, you're my backbone, brother.
That
My
ain't
man,
6'5".
JD. I got to worry about him all the time, man. I worry about him. My backbone.
No, you don't.
What a guy. Working class hero, says Aaron.
Today is really euphoria, just everything coming together, and the excitement in the building, the excitement on the air here at Sirius Satellite Radio on Howard 100 and Howard 101. It's the culmination of a dream coming true.
Well, it seemed like the time just flew by. I mean, I really didn't.
It felt like doing stand-up in a club, which was nice.
First show was just awesome. I hope everybody's happy. I hope everybody's thrilled. I was. This is the day that it's been a...
It'll take me a week before I really get comfortable, maybe 2 weeks, but I was pretty damn comfortable on it today. It's a lot more complicated. I thought George Takei was a home run. I was really pleased with how that whole thing went down. Kind of want to get more into a retro feel for the show. I got to work out with Fred, some bumpers in and out, that kind of thing. I want to...
Rough life.
I like Bubba's energy on the show. I thought Bubba was real good today. He was kind of fun. It's kind of cool. I thought were good. I thought that went pretty well. I'm kind of curious now, trying to figure out who's who. And, we're off to a good start. I mean, you can't do better than that. We just did about a 5.5 hour show without any commercials, and I thought it was great.
Yeah,
so,
Aaron.
We'll see what happens.
What a bullshit artist. And he has like thermonuclear, like hazmat gloves on. Do you see those gloves?
Yes.
What on earth was that?
Well, I think it was January.
Batman gloves, right?
Wait. But Monique, he's going down a freight elevator, going into a parking garage, getting into a warm limo, driving 1.5 miles to his apartment, getting out, walking 10 feet to his door. Where's the cold?
And you need vibranium gloves to do that. They're not even driving gloves. Right.
Yeah, the thing is, when he was talking, the only thing I could stare at was how the hair was kind of weirdly parted there in the middle.
And it all fell to shit as well.
Bizarre.
It just looks
It didn't
so
even stay.
weird.
Like,
that is
very weird. Very weird.
That is as hair systemy as his hair has ever looked.
Absolutely.
It really looked ridiculously fake. And you don't realize it at the time, but god damn it. That was a great clip. I had that on a hard drive too.
Well, we have it now. So what are the two clips I have here that are MP4?
Okay, this is the test shows they did just a couple days before that. and this is the mandate. They say, Howard, no cursing, Sal.
So no commercial or no cursing. Where do you want me to start?
Say no cursing first. He's sick of the cursing already. They're not even at they're doing test shows 2 days before. He had 2 years.
I heard these.
Okay. All right. And that's the last time you'll hear me curse.
We're just testing that too.
Hey, Howard, by the way, while you're talking about beating off on a girl's face, if you notice, I highlighted a box that's
right.
So it kind of captures.
This one? No? Then why would you highlight that?
Well, I'm just trying to.
Why are you highlighting something that isn't? Okay, now I know what's going on.
And the video is fantastic.
Now, when we get on the air January 9th, I don't want you saying that. You
Okay.
know what I decided with you, Sal?
Okay.
Is what I decided with you.
He's dangerous.
No, beside that. When you're on microphone, you are not allowed to curse.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. She is gagging on a penis, and
I'm saying that.
Yes, I agree with you.
I think you've been abusing the privilege of cursing.
Okay.
Now, if Sal curses, can I put like my balls on his face?
Yes. Okay. Here's the deal.
Oh no!
Every time Sal, he has to lay down on the floor. You take teabag him. All right. So Sal,
I want to do that.
No effing way.
Because he's done so many crazy things to me. It's my turn.
All right.
Is it your turn to put your balls on him?
It's my turn, goddammit.
He put his shit for
It's your turn to put your ball. I'm really going to punish you by putting my balls on.
Exactly.
Oh, I hate everything.
They go gay immediately with the no cursing thing, and Shaka Khan goes, "You cut to fist fest right after the no
Exactly.
cursing."
Exactly. We're just getting into October momentarily.
Aqualung.
I'm so angry now that I was excited back then. I know.
I know, isn't
Aqualung. I know.
So
I
mixed
knew what a
emotions.
con man he was. I knew nothing. I knew he would let us down. I knew
But
it.
we loved him. You
Not
guys.
then.
All right.
I was
loved him.
changing on him
The
that
first show, there's not going to be any commercials on the first show.
Right.
So what do we do? Like, do we just talk straight? I can talk straight
Look at him with his polo jeans.
through for 4 hours, but I also
He
want to
was so basic. He was so basic.
maybe.
Play a record.
Yeah, we can do that.
When are we going to eat and stuff?
Yeah, like how's Artie going to go down?
Hey, I'm the only one who eats during the show. You eat too.
But you actually go to the store and buy it.
I get a meal.
We ran so many commercials at K-Rock, and let's admit, I mean, those guys were nuts.
Honestly, you guys, everybody can talk about how many commercials we all used to hear on the radio. I mean, it was just insanity. I could physically time myself to the commercial, get on the train, and go all the way to work, and it was still a commercial.
David Spade told Howard he drove from Arizona to LA during a commercial break.
Yeah,
It's
by
true.
the end, you could literally drive like a half hour, and
Yes.
the commercial would end.
Yes.
But in all fairness, to their credit, he broke a lot of rules that I liked. There was no news. There was no top of the hour bullshit. You could get comfortable. You could listen to a full interview that was 40 minutes. The commercial breaks did suck, but you could enjoy something in long form.
True.
Yes, this is true. This is
He
true.
broke a lot of rules
We'll
nobody
give him
else was
credit
allowed
where
to break.
credit's
And I
due.
don't know what Tom
And he would backload the commercial, so you
Yes.
could get a lot
I
of
would rather
code
have
to
that
go.
than interrupt the.
Yes.
ever tells me. I know he said that he would never run more than 9 minutes originally.
Bullshit.
And then he said 13, and that was it. And then he went to 18 and 19 minutes.
Except for the Christmas time.
Yeah.
18 except for the holidays.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. What I would do is when I take a commercial break, I mean, we could go to the bathroom, we could eat. Artie would literally go downstairs.
Yeah, right. Get his food, but
Get
don't
his
forget.
food.
Whoa. And that was a great opportunity for Artie, I believe, to also have a cigarette.
I had time to run down to 57th Street, wait online at Monument.
Yeah.
Order something. They put it in the oven, cook it. I pay for it, come up and eat it.
Yeah. And that was still a commercial break.
Exactly.
Artie.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's always crazy.
That's crazy.
Eesh, kabibble.
And
All right.
thank you, Artie, for making it, because they wouldn't have launched without you. Nobody
Yes.
would have subscribed. You are the reason
yeah.
Howard got his bonus. Making no
Indeed.
mistake.
So, as a quickie little last thing that we're gonna
Cleaning out the computer.
I have 3 clips here entitled "My Breast, My Vagina."
So-
So
Is
you
this
can
an
listen
Emily
right
clip?
now.
Yeah. So this was cut out. This is from the same day. This is from the
Love
test
these.
show. These
Yeah.
are cut out of the series. They immediately scrubbed them because I think Emily had a problem with this. Is when she did the nude play. Opie and Anthony exposed it. Howard had the director fired. The director went to the New York Post to expose that Howard had him fired. And Howard, and this is going to ruin the big launch. So he has to do damage control, but he's doing it on the test show. And they had this scrub. So he's trying to talk about Emily and the nude play, which has been exposed by Opie and Anthony. It's
But
really
do we
awesome.
have the actual audio from her? My breast, my vagina.
I could. I don't have it. I mean, I can get it for tomorrow, but Opie and Anthony played that over and over again. Maybe I could find the YouTube of it.
Well, let's hear a little bit of this. So this is what we're ending our show with tonight. Let's do a little Emily Howard stuff.
I mean, between like people calling me, asking me about my daughter and stuff. If
Oh, you were fielding calls about that?
Yeah, just friends and stuff calling me. What's going on? What's going on? Oh my God, we're so concerned. I said, there's nothing wrong. I'm fine.
Well, it was weird because there was a whole discussion. Howard 100 News was trying to figure out whether they were going to be allowed to cover the story or not.
I don't care what they. It was a story, such a non-issue between me and my daughter and her. Her beef. And I said,
So the next question they're going to ask me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to you about that.
All right. Oh, wait a second. Ralph called me 900 times yesterday. Dude. I got a comment on the thing in the paper. I guess
It sounds very frenetic for some reason.
Yeah, he's jumping around.
You seem like a crappy father.
Why is that?
I don't know. It was weird. So here's the deal. My daughter and I get along great.
Yeah.
Emily's my beautiful daughter. She's
Great kid.
an aspiring actress.
Great kid.
And she was in the production. I don't know anything about the production. She's 22 years old. She's her own boss. She's her own manager. She does her own thing. She picks and chooses what she wants to do. And it's her prerogative to do any play she wants. And evidently she got into some argument with a director who she felt was exploiting her and left. And I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know about it. All I know
Sounds like she's a really self-sufficient.
Yeah. I'm extremely proud of her, and she's a great kid. Yeah, great kid. Yeah, and whatever she does is her choice in life. She's she's a big girl. She does what she wants, and
How is this a reflection on you? What did they say?
well, they were saying in the paper that I'm a bad father.
They were saying that all they were doing is what you do to women every day.
No, here's the difference.
It was a weird.
Because it's only okay when he does it.
Right.
Exactly. How'd you know?
He's got that lying cadence going. We've heard it so many times,
Right.
especially when the kids come up.
Sputters a little bit.
She's a great kid. She's a great kid. She's a great kid. They're great kids. They're great kids.
Exactly.
Women come into here and take their clothes off voluntarily, and we don't put them on camera without their permission. That's the difference.
And they don't think something else is going to happen. They know they're going to get naked.
But by the way, I don't know.
Front.
But let me just comment. I don't know anything what's going on with this. This was like a shock to me.
And nor do they. So them characterizing this as something you do.
They don't know me. But listen, let me just say this about that, as Nixon used to say. She is a great kid.
Great kid.
I'm proud of her. She handled herself beautifully. She was at the rally the other day when we said goodbye. A great relationship. I love her to death, and she's
Are
going
they
great.
saying you two don't have a relationship?
I don't know.
No, I didn't say that.
I thought they were saying that.
Can I ask you something?
All right.
Okay, so this is the article that got printed while Sirius is getting launched, and the director says what Howard shut it down behind the scenes.
The writer director of Kabbalah, off-Broadway religious satire, cast members stripped naked yesterday, blasted female lead Emily Stern as a Jewish American princess for abruptly quitting the show and calling her famous father, Israeli psychiatrist Howard Stern, a psycho. Israeli-born stage maven Tuvia Tenenbaum.
We got to get him on. We got to get him on.
Runs a Jewish theater in New York. Told me he canceled the run when 22-year-old actress who played Madonna in the show bowed out after 6 weeks at the Triad Theater on West 73rd because a couple of Howard Stern fan sites exposed her celebrity parentage.
That was Opie and Anthony fans.
Yeah. We are looking for a talented actress to replace her, but after Stern outed her, Emily was distraught. A Stern fan site. Do you think it was like Dogshed or SFN or something?
At that time, it was Stern Fan Network.
Okay.
Oh, no, it could have been Opie and Anthony's thing. That whack bag?
Stern fan site. I don't know. She said she was freaked out, had to quit, but I told her she was behaving like a Jap, just what she promised to the 48-year-old Tenenbaum Orthodox rabbi, moved to the United States 25 years ago, drove a cab, taught math, and did other odd jobs before founding the Jewish theater. After I cast her in late September, her father called her for a meeting. She came back very shaken. She said, my father basically told me that if I take the role, which requires her to be on stage nude for at least 10 minutes, that his enemies would buy blocks of tickets, throw garbage at my vagina, take nude pictures of me, and put them all over the internet. I 1,000% believe that to be true.
Yes.
Verbatim. I would have gone to see her. I would have.
I would have too. If this was today,
posted it on our website. Absolutely, 1,000%. Told Emily you have to stand up for yourself as a human being and as an individual and separate yourself from your father. Your father is a psycho. Your father is selfish.
How great is that? I think we can get this guy on. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
No, you're not.
I did. I found him and friended him, and I never followed up on it.
Oy vey.
My Tuvia Tenenbaum over here.
Wow.
Move on to the last clip, and then we're done
And
with this.
she will do a production if she wants to. If she doesn't want to,
She insinuated that Howard sat down with her. That Howard said, "Do not do it."
How would they know? They don't know anything.
And that she made a commitment that no matter what,
she is a great kid. Who
great kid.
They try to make you
by the way,
Angelina
yeah.
Jolie.
She's a great actress. She
Yeah, I saw her in a play, and I just want to know why she was dressed in the play that I saw.
Ralph.
Maybe because I was there.
Throw garbage at my vagina.
And she's done tons of production.
That's so good.
All right.
it sounds like just that. Do I sound okay to you? I think it's just somebody sort of using her to get publicity for the play. That's how it looked to me.
Right.
I don't even remember any of this. I have to tell you, I never remember a thread after we posted it.
Gara Huckabooey. I think you posted one. I posted one. I don't remember you starting this thread, and yet you did. And you copy and pasted that article on the front. And
oh my god, that's so disturbing. That is so friggin' disturbing.
What's the date of the thread?
It's just last year.
2000. Okay.
1 year ago.
1 year,
Oh my
full
god!
year ago. That's
Wow,
crazy.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, here she is today. You know, I took that the other day from the. Is that Karen Carpenter in the background?
It is. It is.
Obviously, it's not her hero.
That's her dad's eating idol.
Her muse.
Yes.
Exactly.
Obviously not.
All right. Well, there you go. That's our show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on tomorrow? Is there anything going on the show?
Isn't Schwarzenegger supposed to be in? I thought
tomorrow.
I don't know. I mean, he's no promotion, so maybe not. I have no idea. He said
can't
he
deal
was
with a
coming in
grooving day.
soon.
Any of you in the questioning Cousin Chips? Cousin Chips has a job that takes him out of pocket for a while. So
oh dear, I'm actually kind of shocked. This one of those people, people when they have their personality.
he actually has a
online
real job, and
in real life.
Yeah,
I mean, he actually has a real serious job.
Yes, he has a good job. Yes. So
Jesus.
yeah. Some people you would never know. You just wouldn't know,
never know
until you inquire and find out what's going on with them. All right, friends. So we will see you tomorrow around the same bat time, like 8:45-ish. Yeah, that's all I got. Have a great night. I hope there's nothing in this outro.
I'll have a new video up soon.
Oh, why don't you post that stuff on our sites?
I will, but I haven't. It's actually it's an interesting one, but my computer has been going. Yeah, no. I almost fully rendered it and it went no. So
Dennis, I'm getting pummeled with emails from all your subscribers asking when your next video is going to drop, and I don't know what to tell them. I'm trying to do Gara Huckabooey damage control, and I just don't know what to say
I mean,
anymore.
this has been stuck in post for a little bit. I have one in
why you
free.
need more RAM, Dennis.
Yes.
I got a lot of RAM. I got 32 gigs
You
of
don't,
RAM. I don't know.
You don't got enough RAM. You don't
I
got
got
enough RAM. You know, I can render a 30-minute video in probably about 2 minutes. So yeah,
it's just having a bad
day. It just is. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.